Okay, so I've been up to something kind of big. Alright, t-shirts, hoodies, sneakers. Yup, I dropped it. Link in description. This is not channel merchandise, okay? It's PS5 looking kind of expensive. And I decided, I wanted to start something. And this is what I decided to start. Alright, link in description. Cop yourself something nice. I promise you will not regret it, okay? Now, today we're gonna be talking about a manga that really needs to get its own anime, alright? So without further ado, let's get right into it! Okay, so to jump right into the summary of this thing, when I say the summary, I'm not talking like I'm going to actually surmise or whatever every single chapter and what's happened so far in the manga. What I'm going to do is give you more so an overview of the story right now, right? Now, there's this main character named Mash, right? Now, Mash lives in a world where it's illegal to not have magic. But, as you may have guessed, Mash doesn't have any magic. So, a hopeless magic, which isn't an actual name, it's something I came up with. But essentially, this guy who didn't have or wasn't really good with magic took Mash in as a kid because his parents abandoned him on the street. And then this kid, this guy who wasn't good at magic, took him in and said, I'm gonna raise Mash as a father, right? Now, to make sure that Mash was okay in this world, he made sure Mash was pumping iron daily. My man's Mash, let me put the frame up right here, of Mash just pumping maybe 15 tons. His light work, bro. This just his morning routine. This is what he does so that he can actually go out into the world. Now, what even his father never really realized was that by doing this training every day, Mash essentially became Saitama, okay? If you look at Mash from the panel I just showed you guys, right? You essentially have a Mob Psycho-like character, right? He looks like Mob, but then you also have Saitama power. You take Saitama's power, put in Mob's look, and then you get Mash. Oh yeah, and also he doesn't have magic, so throw a little bit of awesome there. So he's a mashup, no pun intended, I apologize, of all these different characters, right? Now, Mash, he's so plain, but the way he acts and the way he interacts with people, I don't know why, I find it hilarious, right? I'm only about halfway through to being up to date with the manga, but this junk right here needs to get an anime. Okay, because it's got it would be such a good thing for who animates One Punch Man. I think it's either Madhouse or Studio Bones. Either one of them, I think it might be Studio Bones. They need to pick this thing up right now. Actually, not right now, because it needs to get a couple more chapters so that they don't just boom, cover it all in one episode. But they need to pick this joint up as soon as they possibly can. They need to have plans for it, okay? Because the way this guy works into the story is just incredible, right? You got a slight underlying plot that I feel will grow throughout the story as more obstacles become prevalent. There's obviously the classism in the manga, right? Because the worse your magic is, obviously in everything that has magic, the worse your magic is, people then generally think, oh yeah, you're not as good as a person and you don't deserve the same things we do and we're above you and all that stuff, right? But him not having any magic, he goes against that whole thing, which, I always find to be a pretty cool dynamic. But Mash, right, going back to the overview, Mash gets found out, right? Like, they're found that he's living in the forest, and it's illegal to like harbor a someone who doesn't have any magic, because you're kind of supposed to just like let those people die, or they're supposed to die. But when the guy who came to capture him sees how powerful Mash is, like he's firing off all these magic shots and everything, and Mash is just like, pat, slaps them joints around like it's nothing. He doesn't do, like, when he sees how strong Mash is, he realizes Mash might have what it takes to like kind of fake his way to becoming a divine visionary, right? Now, a divine visionary is this thing. It's not like the Wizard King, but it's not like a tip-top goal, but it kind of is. It's like the #1 student at this magic academy, right? If you become the #1 student at this magic academy, you're named the divine visionary, and you're like going to most likely be put on like this, I can't remember the name, but it's like this board of people who practically have absolute authority in the country. Now, the guy who came to arrest Mash told him, hey, you can either live the rest of your life being hunted like a dog because you're not supposed to be alive, or you can enroll at the academy and become the divine visionary and then give me all the money and prestige, and then I'll let you and your father live a happy, peaceful life. Now, I think that is going to become something very important later in the story, right? Like, I feel like Mash is going to begin to realize, now that I'm here, I don't want to just become the divine visionary to give it away. Maybe if I'm the divine visionary, I can actually do something with this country. You know what I'm saying? Or with the world. I'm not exactly sure what their system's like, if it's a world system or if it's a country system, and then they have other things, other places. That's just me not reading deep enough into it. But, like, Mash, bro, is hilarious. Let me put that up straight out front. Okay, he's got his best friend named Finn that he moves in with as soon as the story starts. Now, Finn is kind of what you'd expect for, like, the main character's side character. He's kind of like the Zenitsu to Tanjiro. He's so, like, okay, he's like an average person, right, who gets not really thrown into it because, you know, he got accepted into the school, so he's a pretty good wizard. I think that's what you call him. Yeah, wizards, right? Like, I think that's what they call him in this story. Yeah, he's pretty good because he got into the school, and it's like a less than 3% acceptance rate or something. But, like, Mash practically faked his way through the exams. Like, y'all just don't have to read how he got into the school. But, like, Finn, he's so real, you know? Like, you can't really relate to him, but you also can, because, like, the way he thinks about things, it's what, like, an average teenager would. Like, he actually worries about the things that the main character doesn't have time to. Like, how the main character will just be like, huh, a god-level demon. Alright, you and me, we squabbing. And then you have the side character who's like, bro, what are you talking about? He is a god. Right, that's kind of who Finn is, right? He kind of brings the realism to the story, which I personally really like about him. Like, bro, this story only has 20 chapters right now. So if you're going to get on it, I recommend you get on it right now, okay? Whatever manga app you use, or if you use Viz Media, you use Shonen Jump, whatever you use, get on this ASAP, okay? If you're reading One Piece, you can take a little bit of a break because I'm sure you've been reading it for a while. Same with My Hero. I dropped everything. It's 20 chapters. It ain't even that long. Like, I started this yesterday and I'm already halfway done. And I'm gonna finish it by the end of today. Okay, I'm not sure how, like, frequent. I think this comes out with either weekly or monthly Shonen Jump. I'm not exactly sure how frequently, like, these chapters come out, but when they drop, you're gonna wanna be on top of them. I promise you, okay? But that's just my opinion on this, okay? If you guys have a different opinion on this, leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, click the link in the description and cop yourself something from my store, okay? I'm CJZX2. Y'all know where to find me. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next